Speaking of goals.
Drink that water. Hey, bud.
I am. A lot of people, especially, I was thinking, me and Sarah had, we were talking earlier before I came over here. We were sitting on the porch, and a lot of people have goals, but I think don't put much effort behind changing what they do.
Get the fuck.
Ooh.
Go
So,
ahead.
with that, obviously there's many like layers to a goal, you know, and how serious you might be, but if you don't change anything, nothing changes.
Right.
Nothing changes if nothing changes. So, a lot of people, at least that I've seen and even talked to, they'll talk about, hey, I want to do this or I want to do that, especially with fitness, because that's my job as a coach. But nothing's changed. So you keep showing up expecting things to change, but you haven't changed your day-to-day. Where's the disconnect with some of that?
I don't know, man. Nothing changes if you don't.
Maybe it's because like some people look at other people and it comes easier to them. So they're like, well, all they do is this. So if I do it, then I should have the same result.
And I think, I've known many people that
I'm sorry.
did go. A lot of people change their ways, start exercising, going to the gym, but don't change the most important thing, which is their nutrition and diet. Yeah. And they think, I go to the gym so I can eat bad food.
Of course, yeah. I deserve it.
So I can do this. I go to the gym. So yeah, now you're just now you're canceling out.
I honestly think that a lot of people don't realize, like, seeing how much you eat. It's not even like, it is important not to eat too many calories in a day, but I think that it's also just as important to eat enough. And like, that's where I feel like a lot, especially women, like disconnect. They think, well, if I eat less, then I'll lose weight.
There is a finesse or nuance to it.
Yeah.
And I have clients that, both male and female, that are in that trap of, if I just eat less, I'm going to lose weight.
Right.
Well, I mean, all right, so eventually you're going to be eating nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how low can that number go?
Right.
You're chasing that low. It's not sustainable. And a lot of people, they starve themselves, and your body's smarter than that. When you start to get to so low, this is just for fitness, I guess. But, it's going to stop wanting to lose weight. It's going to conserve.
Preserve everything. Yeah.
And that's where you fuck up your metabolism a little bit.
Right.
But I think there is definitely a good percentage. I wouldn't say it's like 50% of people that have trouble losing weight are that way, but definitely female. If it is that way.
Oh yeah.
And I think the bulk of people is just they trying to intuitively eat or just treat themselves more often than they think because they do a little bit of work and expect, oh, I'm king, I get to treat myself. And I guess just people lack the true, I guess, perspective of how much effort it takes to change.
Right.
And not only just like body fat, but like change anything with yourself, you know? And I don't know. It's the past couple days, as people have like either DM'd me or I still hear people talk around me, especially with either clients or whatever. It's like, I don't know how else I could like, because my goal is to try and crack into some of these minds and be like, all right, what way do I need to display it to them or break it down to them for them to get it?
Yeah.
You know?
Some you can't.
Some I've realized that now. I've realized that some it's just like, hey, I've led you to the water. You gotta swallow it. You gotta drink it.
That's why there's the thing called accountability coaches, and like they will literally call and bug the shit out of you to make sure. I know that's why there's legit people that get paid to do that, and they're like, you make sure you go and do this. Make sure you're eating this. Make sure, like, I'm sorry you don't want to get off the couch today, but you're paying me to make sure that you do kind of thing. And I think that's the big thing too, is accountability. Because like if nobody sees me not do what I'm supposed to do, then I can just do it.
So, and this doesn't happen to a lot of people, but I do hear it. People will start to say, oh, well, I've got, and I'm sure y'all get it. Y'all got a shit ton of stuff going on. Y'all are juggling a lot.
Yeah.
So you could maybe speak up for it, but I don't have everything that most people say, like a family, kids, other extracurricular things in life. That is life.
Yeah.
But they'll say, oh, I've got to work. Oh, I'm still in school too. Oh, and I got to go home with family. Well, I'm sure you must need a Guinness World Record because you're the only person in this world that's had to do those things and still get shit done.
Right.
Yeah. And it's still probably
it's a
crush
mentality
it.
Thing too, for sure. Like
you must be the only. You must be a star.
Yeah.
Let's give you a Medal of Honor.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think a lot of it is just like a mental thing. Like, or they give themselves like, hey, I'm going to do this goal. And then they come up with an excuse not to do it again. And then not to do it again. And then not to do it again.
Yeah.
And they get to the point where they're just not doing it.
It's tough. Because I talked to Sarah about it because since Sarah isn't.
Maya, go lay down. Go lay down. She's tiptoeing around this kitchen and it's driving me nuts.
Because Sarah isn't into, she didn't have the career that I have. Like,
right.
So we can sort of, she can be the outside looking in on me and how I sort of approach some of these thoughts that I have about people, not even clients, but just people in general. And it is maybe I lose a little perspective. I'm not going to give people a ton of rope, but I'll give them a little leniency. Yes, the 10 to 12 years, because she mentioned, man, you've been doing it for a while. It's 10 to 12 years of consistency.
Yeah.
That has built the habits and or motivation for me to keep doing what I do because I've seen the results over time. I don't know. I've built a standard to some extent that other people maybe don't or haven't built yet. It's like a skill, I guess.
Yeah.
It's something I've sharpened. What?
Yeah.
I can't stand here in a tic-tac. Maya, go lay down.
Stay on that bed, girl.
Oh, man.
Time out.
She just jumps right back up, starts snooping for crumbs. Anyways.
Most people have a butter knife and they need to sharpen it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think a lot of ththings too is like if you give somebody I'm sorry, guys. Our animals are
all right
today.
What are you playing with?
I don't even know.
A water bottle.
Oh.
Reese has a little water bottle she plays with. I think too, like a timeline is such a good thing too, because if you give somebody a timeline, I feel like it's way more pressure rather than being like, you've got to just do this. Like this is your goal. Is to like lose weight instead of being like, you have until this time right now. So like make sure that this, because I feel like,
yes.
But I mean, even timelines don't work because I know so many friends are like, I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes by the age of 25. And then like 25 comes around. They're like, well, I can't quit now because I have a wedding I'm going to go to and I've got to be able to smoke cigarette at the wedding or same thing with drinking or whatever.
It's the same thing for food though.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this. This birthday's coming up.
Yeah, I can't be on a diet. I can't be in my fitness.
No, I got my birthday, or it's our anniversary,
right.
Or it's graduation, or somebody's coming over because I haven't seen them in forever. Okay, so you don't have goals then,
right? Because if it was important to you and you wanted it to happen or get it done, then you would. I think that's a lot of things too. It has to be the actual want to, because I feel like if you're just, I'm going to quit drinking, or I'm going to quit smoking cigarettes because ideally it's better for you, but like you don't actually want to quit, then you're going to still give yourself excuses to do it.
Yeah.
Like that's just plain and simple. If this is something that like if you found out that if you don't get your diet and exercise together, you will die tomorrow, are you going to start doing it and make sure you actually get it done?
Sure
yeah. But the fact that it's like, well, I mean, like, it doesn't hurt anybody that I have an extra, 20 pounds on me. Like, I can still go out and do whatever I want and like I'm still all right. Ideally, I would love to have a 6-pack and be on the beach looking like a snack, but I mean, I don't have to. It's not life or death.
No, of course not.
That's why I feel like people are like, well, there's no gun to my head.
I've mentioned that too, and I try and keep that in mind. I'm like, well, maybe they truly don't want it, but if you have any thought or if you speak it out, don't. If you like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Because especially throughout this last, 4 weeks of me just tracking myself or trying to, it started off as like, all right, I'm doing this because a lot of my clients have come in and they'll say, oh, I fucked up again tonight, or the past 3 nights. Yeah, I fucked up a little bit, or I made it 24 hours, or made it 3 days of staying pretty good. And I fucked up. Yeah, I just got bored, or fucking, oh, we had to do this birthday we went to, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right, well, let me do everything that I do and train you and lose weight to show you. And I'm not even doing it in a dickish way. I'm literally, and I've mentioned this from the get-go, I'm going to show everything that I do. And
Blueprints.
I post every fucking meal.
You got receipts, yeah. I
post the cardio that I do, which is just a simple walk. We're out of breath. Me and Sarah will just walk the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's like, all right, I'm literally showing you, and with the results, the numbers each week, and it's like, where's the disconnect still?
And if anything, it should be a little bit more difficult for you because you already have a lot less body fat than a lot of people that I'm sure need the training.
For sure. And I think to a certain extent. And it's just, do I still want to? I would love to have some of that, which I still could. I have calories to do it. And if you want to live, you can still live.
Right.
And enjoy foods.
And that's what you're trying to show.
But you have to have the discipline to realize that that's still calories in that.
Right.
There's still calories in that beer or that chocolate or that cookie that you want to fucking have.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the discipline to like, all right, well, I'm going to make it fit though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to track it.
Be oblivious and just, I just deserve a little treat. I'm not going to track. I'm going to let it slide and just expect that results are still going to come.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it all comes to the want and the timeline. If you don't have a real want for it and you don't have an end goal, like an end date, then there's not a whole lot of pressure. But then again, like I said, people are like, oh, by the time I'm 27, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then 27 rolls on by and now you're 35 and you're still doing it. Like, because
I've given like timelines like this for past clients where it's like, all right, by next week, we're going to be down 2 pounds because each day we're going to do this, this, and this. And that next week shows up. Yeah, school popped up and, I had this paper I had to do. So yeah, I wasn't able to eat, or still had time to eat, but I didn't eat what I was supposed to because I just needed to grab and go. I was like, all right, well, why didn't we prepare knowing that shit might pop up? Right. Why didn't we prepare ahead of time with some meals that
or whatever you do eat, track that and make sure you alter what you eat later.
You eat fit.
Yeah. With that too. And it's just, instead of just blindly, doing like, I got stressed. And it's like, well, I'm stressed listening to you. Yeah. Should I go eat now? Right. What the fuck? Yeah. I don't know.
It's just all it comes down to is how bad they want it. And most people don't understand that it takes work. Like you didn't get into this shape overnight. It takes time to get back into it. Yeah. And you have to do the fucking work. And that's all it is to it. And most people aren't ready for the work. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They say they want it, but when it comes down to doing it, it's two things. And they just don't give it enough time and effort to make it part of their routine and their lifestyle, because it has to be it's a lifestyle you have to, not that you have to follow this strict ass diet, but it's just a lifestyle you have to be conscious of what you're putting in your fucking mouth. Yeah. And I think people are like, well, shit in your mouth.
Now I have to do this for the rest of my life. Like, well, it is a lifestyle change. Like, if you want to keep looking the way that you're looking, then continue doing what you're doing. Exactly. That's perfect. Yeah. You got the goal.
And it's like,
yeah, it obviously takes.
I don't know if
but you eventually get used to it, and it becomes it's not as much of work and hard. It's not as difficult,
And I mentioned that to some people that, and not just talking about clients, just people do ask me like, "Hey, you got any tips?" or "Hey, how should I start?" And it's like, all right, well, you got to build some discipline with the foods and your actions, whether it's movement, moving your body. You don't even have to go to the gym; just walk, whatever. Yep. And at first, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It is for everybody. It was for me day one, but it's just like anything else. You get better things. It gets easier the more you do it. Yeah. It's like what I mentioned earlier with sharpening that knife. At first, the knife's dull. It's not gonna cut very well, and then you're gonna sharpen it over rep of sharpening it. You're gonna have a sword. You're gonna have a fucking samurai sword, and it's gonna be easy to chop those fucking junk food, or I don't really need that. Do I truly need to go out to that little bullshit whatever.
Yeah.
It's easier to say no if you truly need to.
Mm-hmm.
You can still
Yeah.
go. Like I mentioned before, having like a fitness bank account. Like if you've been steadily doing some work, you can fuck off a little bit and still not affect you.
Yeah.
Right.
If you've been putting in those deposits. But most people
Yeah.
aren't putting in any deposits.
Or they do it for like a
loan.
week,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Well, I don't have any results, and I'm just gonna go do it." I'm like, "You need to put a lot more than a week in to be able to fuck around, like, or not, count it or whatever." But yeah, I agree. It's
You get out what you put in.
Exactly.
So that's all it is to it.
for me, it was really difficult. Like when we first started dating, and I started really working out like 5 to 6 days a week, and I started eating, like watching everything. My Fitness Pal is a great app. Put all of my food in all the time, tracked it. For me, the hardest part was eating enough. Like I remember being like, I still have 2 more meals. I am so full. Like I was like, I don't think I can do it. And like I would force myself. And he's like, Jake would always say, it gets easier. Like your stomach does like stretch. Like it helps you eventually be able to eat, and you're not like, I'm dying, I'm gonna throw up from eating anymore. But like that's the thing too, you don't eat shit food to get those calories in. Like you need to eat clean food. And that's it for a lot of people. It should be great. Like you get to eat a lot of more food. You just make sure it's clean.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
The American diet.
Oh man,
It's
The
trash.
American
Trash.
societal diet. Like the what most normal people eat.
yeah.
Let's eat like what's
Chicken nugs.
yeah, like I saw the meme. I think I shared it one time, and it's a while back, but it's like,
love 'em.
real people, or no, people who eat real food, like whole food, and normal people call it dieting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, it's called being a human being,
Yeah.
eating real whole food.
In other countries, like what we eat, they
That's
would never
laughable.
touch.
Man.
They would never touch. Yeah. It's crazy.
Now, just because people, it's in the store and they make it doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
good for you.
It's crazy to think that like chicken and rice is so easy to make, to do, to consistently, but like people, I mean, I don't
you
just
wanna
eat
diet?
that. Like,
And people are scared of
That's
rice.
good.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I heard rice turns into,
That's
turns
the
into
least
fat.
of your problems,
Yeah.
bitch.
By the stores. I was like, no.
you
use
need
it.
carbs too, by the way, people.
Oh,
People are scared to death of carbs.
yeah, yes.
So
but
scared.
they'll
Scared
go,
of it.
but they'll go eat a fucking moon pie or some
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I'm good. I could or some
Right.
fucking. They'll eat some bullshit. But they're like,
Right.
oh, you're gonna eat that all that rice though?
Yeah.
You just ate fucking banana pudding, bitch.
With no wafers in
Hey,
it.
what the fuck you
Wafers,
talking
yeah.
about? You know,
I know.
it's the baby girl. Least of your worries.
Right. Or the people that do like keto diets or whatever, the second that you get out of ketosis, your
Yeah.
body instantly starts gaining that weight back at whatever you eat. So like as soon as you start eating bread and other things, like your
sure.
body's not, I
Yeah,
mean,
it gets fucked.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have asked me over the years, what diet works best, and normally, if anyone comes to me and tells me they're on this diet, I'm like, I really don't care what kind of diet it is, whatever, as long as it makes them focus on what they're putting in their mouth.
That's it.
Yeah.
And start paying attention to calories and
But you have
caloric
to,
intake.
you have to
But I'm
consistently
like,
do
yeah, I'll
it.
tell them, no matter, I don't care, if that's what you're doing, just stick to it.
Yeah.
Because if not, like you're wasting time. And I was like, eventually they'll figure out. More than likely, they'll get tired of that keto bullshit or whatever diet they're on and find a better way, which is
Yeah.
just whole foods.
It has to be
and-
sustainable.
Balanced fucking
Yeah.
normal food.
Right. I know. It's
So-
crazy.
Because restricting any one macro, whether it's your fats, your carbohydrates, or your protein,
Mm-hmm.
eventually you'll get tired of it. I went vegan for a hot minute,
That's right.
like over a year. I was like, fuck,
Damn,
dude.
was it that long?
Yeah, it was like a yearish. Yeah.
Lots of fruits.
A lot of fruit, which is awesome. I love fruit, but you can
I'm
get
not a
tired.
fruit
Like,
Surprised you didn't buy a Prius.
if I'd have gotten a good deal on one, now I drive a Del Sol.
That's right.
That's a real meat eater's car.
yeah.
Yeah,
Steak eater.
that's right.
Steak and potato kind of motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they
Del
thought we
Sol.
were coming back from Virginia Beach the other
Yeah.
weekend, top down in that thing.
Yeah.
Jake's legs were so burnt.
Sunburned.
Oh
as a
yeah,
motherfucker.
I got a horrible farmer's tan on my thighs too.
I was like, shit.
Yeah. If y'all need to borrow it, let me know.
No.
But yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, I was vegan for a hot minute, and the moment you get around people that are eating, when I say balance, just like you got some protein, you got some carbs, you got some fats, like what your body can use, and you start smelling that meat. Unless it's like a moral ethics thing, like What the fuck are we doing?
I know.
Let's get on that shit.
I love meat.
Which, I mean, I turned out to look great doing that, but I don't know how long I could have sustained that. Eventually, my training, the reason I did get back into meat is because I did notice that, like, my training, I was getting weaker and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like a year in.
Protein's good for you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's trace
You
protein.
gotta eat probably like a lot of beans to get a lot of protein.
I'm not even like a bean eater. I remember I
I don't
told you
like-
I hate
yeah,
fucking beans.
I don't like
so I
beans.
was doing I was getting trace proteins from like oatmeal, peanut butter.
You ate a bunch of eggs though, right?
For some of it, I was
That's not
pescatarian.
vegan.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
So I was
Yeah.
vegetarian. So I was what's called like ovo pescatarian, where you can eat like eggs. And I was just doing a shit ton of egg whites throughout the day some days, and then eventually I cut that. And I
That's
was
right,
like,
yeah.
all right, I'm just gonna do whatever proteins in like oatmeal, some fruit, and peanut butter. So I was eating like 80 grams of protein a day, maybe at best.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Maybe probably less than that.
I mean, you looked good though.
Yeah, and
Had that big poster up on the wall.
but at the end of the day, looking back, it was all still a calorie game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all it is.
I was eating, 1,800. Are you taking a dump?
No, he
Dad's
probably
crying.
he's. Oh, who knows?
I'm sorry, everybody, if you can hear it.
But
Animals.
it's
gone
like a
wild.
circus tonight in here.
I
know.
know.
These animals.
You hear him running by like a horse earlier?
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
it? He's so fucking loud.
Come here, baby boy.
It's like a full moon.
Yeah.
But
that's it. Yeah. Counting the calories is.
because it was still every week when I lost weight doing that, I was just cutting 150, 200 calories. Not every week, but like for me to lean out, I was still eating 1,800, 2,000 calories at the end of it.
Yeah.
But I could have still did that with probably meat or fats or whatever.
That's
But
why,
it's like-
like, the easy route to the hard part, when you already know your meals cut and dry, like, I can eat this amount of rice, this amount of chicken,
Yeah.
this amount of meals total, bagel, whatever, peanut butter. Once you know it, make the exact same thing every single day.
Yeah.
That's the
That's-
easy, hard part.
Yeah, that's the way I do it.
I understand
Or
that
used
people are
to.
like, I can't eat the same thing all
That's
the time.
fine.
I get it. But make different meals that you know.
Yes.
And I mean, it does make it easier, but like, regardless, like, whatever you eat, just track it. And like, MyFitnessPal app or whatever, those,
MyFitnessPal.
all you have to do is put it in and it'll pop up. It has like everything
And
you
that's
could
like
ever
the
think
hardest
of.
thing I think for a lot of people too. It's like, oh, just forgot to track it. It's like, well, I mean, we got to remember to do it.
Yeah. And once you've put it in, it's there.
Yeah, 100%.
All you have to do is click the
Your
button.
history's there.
Yeah.
For example, and hopefully this will help somebody if they don't know what the fuck we're talking about with MyFitnessPal and tracking. But like today, I don't eat fish often, salmon. Mm-hmm. I had salmon today, and the way I'm fitting that in is I tracked it. I was like, all right, let me weigh some out. I weighed out like it was like 5 point something ounces. It was an odd number because I was just like I didn't want to feel like cutting a fillet in half to
Right.
make
Yeah,
an even
yeah,
number.
yeah.
And all right, I ate that. I looked it up before I started eating just to make sure I didn't tap out my shit for the day, my calories for the day. And I was
Right.
like, oh shit, I still got 900 some calories left for the day.
Right.
Fuck it, I'm gonna eat it.
I
I
know.
can still have whatever the fuck I want.
And I
after
think that honestly might excite some people when they do start tracking
Yeah.
to realize, like, oh my God, I still have 1,300 calories
Yeah.
I can eat today. Honestly,
I love that
sometimes
shit.
it makes me a little anxious because I just physically, I've never been somebody that it just eats so much food,
Yeah.
especially when you eat cleaner. Usually it takes a lot more to get to that calorie count.
Yes.
So like, if I'm eating half of a pizza, like I can get there a lot quicker
Yeah, you can
than
bang.
if I'm eating chicken and rice or salmon and rice or noodle, whatever you pick, like egg noodles or whatever.
And not to promote, because if you seriously have to lose some weight, like you shouldn't be leaning or like indulging with alcohol and treats and trying to fit those in, just trying to get away from that shit that's gotten you to where you are right now.
Right.
That's like almost like a junkie. Get the shit out of your life, because
Right.
if you just take a little hit, a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bump, let me get that little heroin
Right.
hit or that little pill here
Leaving
and
a
there.
pack of cigarettes next to you
Yes.
at night
Oh, I'm only gonna
isn't
smoke
going to
one.
help you
Yeah.
quit. Yeah.
You'll never quit it.
Right.
You're only so if you have a problem with indulging, get that shit out
Out.
immediately until you can build
Clean
that
house.
intuition is what
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, and like discipline and maybe willpower, or like just knowledge of like, all right, I've got my shit under control, my weight's trending down. Now if I want to, like you were saying earlier, oh man, I've eaten all my food for the day and I still have 200 calories left, maybe I can enjoy a glass of wine now,
Right.
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
I have the space for it. I'm still got to track it though,
Right.
or
Still
the
track
beer
it.
or whatever, the whiskey. But like, and that's what I've done some weekends. I mean, this past weekend I had like 3 or 4 beers on the beach, which fucked my calories hard. But most nights I've almost still had a beer at least every day.
Yeah.
Like, I had a beer before I came here. Tracked it.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not trying
I was
to do
gonna
that.
say, well,
because
you
I
could
don't
have
want to
saved
drink
it
my
for
calories,
us.
you know? I should have.
Should
but
have saved it for
Sarah
us,
was
but
like,
whatever.
"Oh, I bought you." By the way, I know we're talking about trying to get in shape and get your life right, but I had this 3-notch beer.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have watermelon goza out right now. It's a summertime only release.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Goza. Yeah.
I always say goze.
Goza.
Or Gose. Yeah.
Trying to church
Church it up.
it up.
Gose.
But they
I
sell
guess
it
it
at
needs like a
Walmart.
little apostrophe over the E.
Yeah, over the thing. But damn, if it's not good.
I'm not a big watermelon fan.
I haven't had.
It's better than you think. It's not like candy-ish, if you know what I'm saying. It's,
Yeah.
It's true watermelon. Because I think they use a puree to
Yeah,
make it.
they
I
probably.
think everything I've ever had from Notched is
Bangs, dude.
It was 3 notch.
3 notch.
3 notch,
Yeah, dude, that's good.
Yeah, and they're local. They're out of Charlottesville, I think.
Oh, really?
I don't know if they're woke or not, so I have to look into that.
Yeah, you gotta.
I might be supporting
Especially
the.
if it is in Charlottesville.
What's that off the Terminator? Not the Resistance. The Resistance is good.
Yeah, the resistance is good.
I'm trying
yeah.
to think. Well, I guess the Autobots or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know. different movie.
Different.
But whatever the fucking
Transformers,
the Terminators are.
Autobots unite.
What's the company called? Skynet.
Oh, yeah.
That's the bad people.
Yeah, you're Skynet right now.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I had that
Rainbow
before I came
Skynet.
up here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's like, all right, well, do I want to eat it or do I want to drink it?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not worth to drink that shit because it cuts your calories really fucking
Like
quick.
on the weekends, a lot of times Jake's like, "Well, I'm not going to eat dinner,"
And that's
and I'm like,
you can
"Okay,
do
that's
that.
fine." Yeah.
Liquid.
Those 4
Liquid
beers I had
diet, yeah.
Saturday, you know,
That's
I had to
that's a
cut.
big-
It was
that's a
like
big
400 or
meal, yeah.
500 calories right there.
Yeah, but
I
you
forgot-
hadn't eaten that day except for grapes.
No, I
so.
didn't. So I knew that's what I mentioned when I first got down. I was like, "Oh, I'm not eating. I hadn't eaten much because I knew I was going to drink 4 or 5 beers when I was
Right,
down there."
yeah,
so
yeah.
it sucks to sacrifice that, but like, it
But
is
if
what
that's
it is.
what you really want,
Yes, if you
nobody's
if you
putting
want
a gun to your
No.
head making you do that.
I like
That's
that.
you.
Yes,
If that's what you really want, is it worth it? And
Yes.
sometimes, like, if you are worried that you're going to a party and you're going to want to drink, like, either have the willpower to just drink water while you're there. Nobody's making you drink at a party. That's on you too.
yeah.
Or
Which people
don't
will
go.
constantly be like, "Oh, just fucking one
Yeah,
beer.
why
It's
are
not
you
gonna kill you,
drinking,
man. Why aren't you
man?"
drinking,
And,
dude?
But
Drink it fucking
they
water."
don't have goals,
Right.
And you got to remember that
Dude, it's
they don't
the-
care about your
But if
goals.
they're your real friends, they're not going to be like, "Oh, that's awesome that you want to try and, do that.
Yeah.
That's really
Guys
great."
just love to talk shit, especially
do.
ones that don't.
Oh,
live
you're trying to-
yo,
oh,
I'm
you
in the
live-
fucking gym.
Yeah, you're better than
Yeah.
us, you know.
Hey,
Yes.
girls do that. Girls do that too. Don't you worry.
No, for real. I mean, especially the deeper you get into it, you're like, yeah, we're different. I mean, not that we are, but like, we are different. You got different goals.
We just that's all it is.
Yeah.
So,
But,
Theirs
uh,
might be in their career. Theirs might be in
hope so.
something like that you would never do something else that they would
Yeah.
do, But some people are different, and that's great.
Yeah. I like that. Nobody's holding a gun to your head.
Nobody.
You got to be real with yourself.
Yeah.
And be honest. Do I truly want it or not?
Yeah.
That's okay if you don't. Like, I don't want to be this like, oh, we always got to be hardo,
Yeah.
about it. But like,
But if you
if
are
you-
one of those people that's like used to come easily, so like you haven't had something in like a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm just gonna dabble a little bit because I can. And then if you took that vice and you went with it, and now all of a sudden you can't stop, like you're just every day now
Yeah.
because you did dabble a little bit, maybe have the willpower to just not do it at all. Like
Yeah.
it's on you as a person individually.
have you tried lemon?
Oh yeah, that's
I haven't. I'll take a sip.
it tastes like
Pour it in your
a
cup so you don't have to
legitimate.
put your lips where mine have been. I know
One's
he's
a
always
butthole.
You scared, dude, or something? It was so gross.
Oh, that's good.
It
know, it's
tastes like
really-
a lemon Starburst.
And it's got a nice like sour
She,
hit
yeah,
too.
she was like, that tastes like a lemon Starburst.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
that's
it was
because it's the-
Starburst.
yes,
I
it's
just
a
knew it
lemon
was lemon.
Starburst C4. She's like, oh
But I was
shit.
like, that tastes like a lemon Starburst. He was like,
Is she
that's
blonde?
the flavor.
She blonde.
She tried. She used to be.
I was
and
born blonde. I'm gonna go back to it. I'm a stay-at-home
Oh, you're
mom.
still
Okay,
there.
funds are low.
She had a heart. Yeah, she's still.
I haven't caught that whole life.
She's cute.
Dumb blonde.
She's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting. But go
You're
ahead.
good.
I don't know where y'all were.
Well, no, just the vices part. You
Yeah.
know, I give an example, and we don't have to go deep on it. But my client Mark, and he's open about it. He's writing a book right now. He's a ex-addict,
Right.
real bad, pill popping, shooting heroin, like real deal, like Holyfield fucking in it, and crushing like 18 packs a day of beers, waking up to going to bed. And he was like, him and his fiance went out to eat like 3 weeks ago, right before he left. And he was like, yeah, we went out to eat this fucking super nice restaurant. And him and his fiance are both sober. She's also sober as well.
That's probably
which
ideal.
It needs to be
that's good.
It can't be something like that where you got a real bad addiction.
Yeah.
You can't have somebody that's still dabbling a little bit of drinking.
You
whatever.
gotta be a strong.
Yeah.
Solid
Unless you're just
foundation,
a robot.
Yeah.
But they went out to eat and said they had a great time, and they went to get dessert. And he said they were just talking, so he ordered it off the menu. Some type of like, I forget what type of like creme brulee, like some type of like fancy dessert shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford that shit, so I just don't even look at the menu. So I don't even always talk about it.
That fit your fucking calories.
Plus that too. I'm not a dessert person unless it's Reese cups.
Oh,
Don't talk to me. If you
with
had
some Reese cups.
if they had like a melted drizzled Reese cup thing with some fucking whatever on it, I'd pay money for it.
True.
That's my type of shit.
Yeah. I love chocolate and peanut butter.
Anyways, they
Fuck
were
me
out
up.
there though, and he said he had taken the first bite out of it, and while they were talking and having a good time, he hit it, and he said immediately, smacked him right in the face. He was like, "Fucking rum."
There's alcohol in it.
Oh,
I was
shit.
as soon as you started talking about it, I was like, "There's
I
probably
forget
rum
that's
in
where
it."
it was going. Yeah,
It's some type
Yeah.
of rum drizzled,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Fuck."
that's good.
And he's like 3 years sober. Ish. He's in there a little bit.
And like that doesn't count for if like he's like hard on himself about that,
Yes.
but like definitely fearful because
well,
you're
no,
like
it's more
fuck.
fearful than like, oh, I've lost my card now. Like he
Right.
wasn't like he's like, no, that,
It's like,
Yeah, because it's
damn.
cooked.
yeah.
So,
But he's like,
Frank
but the
Tank,
taste of it
that
for
takes
sure
over.
stays.
and he smelt it, felt it in his taste, like his nostrils and shit, like
Yeah, it's
alcohol.
potent.
Yeah,
And he was like, immediately was like, yo, pushed it to the side. He's like, do not eat it, blah blah, because
Yeah.
it's like a tag team thing or whatever.
Yeah,
So
support system.
he was upset that he didn't like read into it, but he was worried enough to where he was like, man, the way, and when he said this, it made me relate to people with food problems, like with indulging and shit.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, well, he really didn't. He was like, well, because I mentioned to him, I was like, yo, so you don't need to really worry about that, right? Like, he was like, well, the thing is, he was like, and I haven't really talked about it, but he's like, I did have that moment of thought where it's like, oh, well, it was just one bite. So maybe I can have another, I can have that type of dessert.
I
when we
was
go out.
okay. Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
okay. So yeah, I was able to control it.
Mm-hmm.
So next time we go out, we can get it again or something like that. Or next time we can just have
Yeah, it was good.
one,
Yeah.
or, that one bite will lead to,
Right.
oh, well, I was fine that time. I'm not addicted. I'm not shooting pills and whatever.
Right.
Oh, I can have
drink.
a little sip now
Yeah.
of a drink.
Oh,
or
yeah.
I can have a little
And
something,
then I
a little
can have
nightcap.
one glass.
And then that
Yeah.
turns, he's like, next thing you know, that turns to shooting up heroin again.
Mhm.
I was like, damn.
It is slippery slope.
And it's I don't know. I've never shot up heroin, but like
Right, me neither.
he would know best of doing it for years of like, oh shit, that path leads to it. And he
Yeah.
was like, he even called his what do you call it when you have like a partner?
your
sponsor?
your
Yeah,
sponsor. I think
sponsor.
it-
Yeah, he called him. Not that he was like, oh man, I think I'm gonna go off the wagon, but he was
just
like, dude, I need to
had
tell
to
you
talk,
about
yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
let you know that it happened. So
But
if I
that's
do
good.
try and
Open, honest
bullshit you,
communication. Mhm.
you know that I fucking did that. I was like,
Right.
damn, man. And that goes hand in hand, I feel like, with, oh, I had that little bite, and look, I'm still doing all right. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I can have a little bit more next time with the food, what I'm
Mhm.
talking about, or indulging with whatever. It's like, oh, well, I'm still doing all right.
Yeah.
I can get away with a little bit more. And next thing you know, that's how you wake up 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Not everybody,
Yeah.
but that's how it does, though, right? Like people with
Yeah.
bad problems.
And that's why thinking about like how she's also sober too, because like my own uncle, for example, have been smoking cigarettes since probably high school,
Yeah.
and both of them at separate times in their lives have like, she's gonna quit, then he's gonna quit. They never do it together, which
Yeah.
is the worst.
That is the
like
worst.
all you because the second that somebody goes out on the front porch to smoke a cigarette, of course I want to go smoke a cigarette with you, whatever.
And that's me
And,
and
like-
Sarah. Sarah would be like, hey, I'm going to have a glass of wine on
Yeah,
the porch.
it's like, fuck.
Fuck, I guess
Nice,
I will.
Yeah.
nice outside. Yeah. All right. I'm
Yeah.
in.
So like if you are with a person who like eats as much as they want and can't gain weight, because like my brother, for example, I don't know if he has the world's fastest metabolism, but this guy could eat legitimately fried chicken for the rest of his life, every single meal, and he would never
Yeah.
gain a pound. Like that's just how he's been like that his whole life. Whereas his partner, she's like, well, I can't eat that crap. And so it's like it's probably difficult for her to like stay on a steady straight path
That
when
does
it's
suck.
like, okay, well, this guy comes and probably eats pizza and fried chicken all the time. And like now, so you do have, if you have a partner like that in life, you've got to like have some sort of strong willpower or like have things written out,
Or
stay to a
conversation.
plan, or conversation. Say like,
Like,
hey,
hey, could you
can you
type-
respect
Yes.
me and like eat these things
Because
or whatever.
I think it's not his fault that he has that genetic
No,
power.
and he loves
so
that
it's-
food.
and
you
it's
know?
also-
yeah.
And that's the card she was dealt. You know,
Right.
not to say he or she, but like, hey,
Right.
not everybody has the same cards. You got to play what you got.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a hormonal or genetic things going on,
Yeah.
you got to play the card. You got to play the character you got.
Right.
Right. Like, it's fortunate that most of us, or at least us at this table, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
what I mean, you're doing for compared to.
I told him, I was like,
most
anybody
people-
looks at you, they're going to think that you look great.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
just
out of
hard on
shape.
himself.
Very out of shape
Well,
right now.
you have a standard for yourself, and
That's
you just
correct.
have
Of course,
fallen
yes.
below
You've
your
seen your-
personal
Years
standard.
in the gym.
You've
Yeah.
seen yourself at a really great point.
Which I think is good to like admit and know that like there's that standard still there, that you realize like you still aren't,
yeah.
not to say you aren't, but like you aren't an A player
No.
right now. Like, and that's good to know like that you still realize that. It's like, oh, there's
Yeah.
work to be done.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Just-
so
Yeah.
Just
If that's what he
haven't
wants.
Yeah.
fell back into
If
it.
he
that's
doesn't
all.
want to get
And that's
like
okay,
that
but,
anymore,
like-
or just wants to stay healthy and fit, whatever, not like that, you know.
yeah, I
We're
get
trying
it.
to hit 300.
Weight wise,
Yeah.
So stupid. Just
do it.
I can't
See
lift
what it
300
looks
pounds
like.
when I'm not doing
Oh, I'm
anything.
saying like you get 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be a house.
Yeah.
I mean, actors
No,
have to
I'm
do that
kidding,
shit
no.
all the time
No,
for jobs.
no.
I mean, imagine that. Like Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
for Dallas Buyers Club had to lose
Oh, yeah,
all that
lost a
weight.
ton
That
of
is
weight.
so hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody that had like
To
the
start.
muscle mass to
Yeah.
start. Like he was in phenomenal shape
Yeah, he
for
was so
him. And
hot.
like,
I imagine, I'm not taking any efforts away from a lot of these actors, but I believe some of them, even in Matthew McConaughey's efforts to lose all that weight,
Mm-hmm.
or what's the other guy, the mechanic, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale, yeah, he lost a bunch of weight. Mm.
I think they're getting help in the form of maybe
CGI?
amphetamines
Oh.
or like Adderall.
Oh, yeah.
To like,
I
like
fully believe that, yeah.
if
totally.
like, hey, I got a
To
big role.
suppress
just
their appetite.
Just like some of them,
It's
I'm
like
sure,
fucking
blowing
Thor
up.
blows up for
The Rock, Thor.
Yeah.
It's like fuck. All right,
Tren
just
bologna
I just need a little
sandwiches.
help.
Yeah, absolutely.
To
100%.
put on some weight for just like them. But like, I'm sure, nonetheless, the drugs, like the steroid comment that I had,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I was like, Austin's pissed.
Well, not even pissed at the guy. I was like, I think it was a
Just
multitude
obnoxious.
of things. Is like, all right, the guy immediately took away the 10 to 12 years of
All the
consistency
work. Yeah.
of anything. And he's pissed poor because he hasn't even given it an
Yep.
effort probably.
100%,
And is going to take
yeah.
the time to comment on my shit
Yeah.
and call it steroids.
That's the thing too, is like people think automatically, well, if you take steroids or tren- whatever,
Good luck.
like
You don't have
then
to do
you
the work.
automatically have muscle.
Yeah,
you
that-
still
that-
have to go to the gym and work out.
I used to take it as a compliment and as like a
Insult.
insult because like, I mean, for one, I guess if I looked like it, I mean, whatever. I guess that I look big enough to be on them.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, I look good or I look pretty good. So, but then it also discounted the fact that I had put in fucking years of work, and even if I did, even without any test I ever took, I still showed up to the gym 6-7 days a week to fucking work
You
my
still
ass off,
watched
and I
what you
worked.
ate.
I worked that much harder since I was, when I was doing anything, because why the fuck wouldn't I? Like, I'm taking this extra helper.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can recover faster, blah, 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 all that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
And why the fuck wouldn't I work? And I worked my ass off to get to where I was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, it was an insult, but
Yeah.
also at the same time, like, I kind of take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
But
well,
from
that
somebody,
guy,
like, when-
was not trying to compliment Austin.
And that guy, he was just trying. Yeah, he was.
for sure.
He was straight up fucking insulting you like
Yeah.
a dude. Like he's your typical fucking keyboard fucking troll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's people like that are the people that don't realize they're the, not to put everybody in a box that's like that, but like they don't have any
Balls.
I guess so. It's like any masculinity or it's not masculinity because there's plenty of females that are badasses in their
Yeah.
own, respect.
Yeah.
But it's like any, not discipline, but I'm trying to think of the word, but it's like, I'm sure he's never done a tough thing in his life or anything consistent in his life besides just fucking hate.
Me and him. Yeah.
Or like think negative. Why wouldn't you see somebody, not to say I'm anything. I don't think I'm anything. Like that's probably why I keep pushing so hard is because I have that own worst critic type thing. But like, why wouldn't you see somebody that's better or doing something great? And like, especially with the context of my post was like, keep moving one day at a time, one decision at a time. He's like, first decision must have been steroids, bitch.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck he said. And it's like, why would you take all that and like straight immediately go negative if you didn't have something internally fucking with you? Why wouldn't you take that and be like, damn, I could put in the work and the consistency, but I guess I don't get the context of like, oh, this wasn't me, not that I've built anything, but like this wasn't built over 10 years or however long I've been lifting, you know?
I think that comes with anybody that's so negative. Like I remember working, majority of my jobs were answering phone calls, depending on whatever company, but like you would get those angry people that would just like so ugly, and you get off the phone and like they're, you know, you're kind of like your blood's pumping, you're like, what the fuck was their deal? And then you have to literally laugh at it because it's like something so bad happened to them today or in their life or whatever for them to react that way. And I always say, like, my mom would be humiliated if I talked to somebody that way. Like, I just can't even imagine like speaking to somebody that I don't even know with that much hate when all they did was answer their phone and like give you an answer you did not like.
For sure.
And I feel like that's him. Like something is so wrong for him. Like he's upset. You triggered him so hard with your posts like that he had to reach out and say something like that to you.
I see
like,
a lot of that though.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not in shape or in good shape.
But
Well,
that's like, I feel like
small guys.
in anything, like, especially like I remember growing up, like girls being bullying in general, like girls being so mean to you because they were just jealous of whatever you had or whatever was going on with you because they didn't have it. And like, that the jealousy is ugly. It's so ugly.
They see something in you that they don't have, whether it's the discipline, the work, the effort, or the physique, but the physique came from the effort and the consistency.
Yeah.
And, you know, even me being transparent, of course, I'll see people that are fucking killing it. I'm like, fuck. I've gotten better, a whole lot better, because I try and like think before I like start to get this negative mindset about it. Like, oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
There's some people where they still deserve, hey, fuck
that
well,
guy.
Yeah.
There's like a few on the list that just definitely get
But
a
for you,
straight.
but for you to like reach out to him
No,
and
but
be like, fuck
even if
you,
I
like
did
that's completely different.
feel that way, like deep down in my heart, like, yo, fuck that guy. Yeah, I'm not going to give him rent-free space in my head.
Yeah.
And then also, like, what can I do to try and make myself better to where, like, all right, I'm out of that shit that I fucking hate or I dislike seeing somebody like crushing it and I should be? Or what can I change to make myself at least start controlling what I can to make myself better?
Yeah.
So I'll start to feel better about myself and at least start getting my needle moving instead of focusing on, you know, let's say stats, his stats. What about my stats?
Right.
The needle moving.
Oh, shit. Speaking of steroids, yeah. Sorry.
But then at the end too, like it's like I want to ask him, like, are you happier now that you said that to him? Are you happier now that you posted that?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
does it make you feel really good that you really gave it to him with that post?
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid to me. Like, I don't know. Like any troll on the internet that like goes out of their way to be like, you should fucking die or whatever. It's like, why are you posting things like that? Like, what is that really truly making you happy?
Yeah, and what's that doing? Like, what return is that giving for you?
Right.
Besides, like, oh, I got them. It's like, no, they're still better than you.
Yeah.
Like, what? Not just me, but like, whether you see somebody with a lot of money or whatever. No, they're still they're still probably living a fine life. Or either they look fucking great, they look great naked, or fucking got $1 million in their fucking pocket.
Right.
Hey,
because you can look at somebody like this couple, same age as us. Oh, they have a house that's that expensive. They have a car that nice of a car. They go on vacations every month. Like, how are they even doing that? Like, you instantly start thinking negative. Like,
you can't. Everybody
whatever.
does. But but
to go out of your way to like try and reach out to them and like make them feel bad about their successes. That's so wild. So wild.
And the switch that I have is like, instead of, you can still have those moments to where you think it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, all right, let's take a breath.
Yeah.
Well, how am I going to
right.
focus on me though? Like, because me putting effort or energy or thought into that person or those people, it's like, that's still not really doing anything. It's still living rent free. So like, what do I do now for myself? Do I turn the phone off and like, all right, what can I do at this moment of today?
Right.
One decision at a time to start making myself better.
Mm-hmm.
I've fallen, being out of the gym, not lifting much in the past year and a half. And that's just my choices. I just haven't made the effort, anything, whatever. But like I still get the same kind of feed to my Instagram or whatever, and I'll see people lifting this and that. And at first, like somebody who's doing something, and I initially it's like I start to pick apart what they're doing. It's like, wait a minute, like I get that I start to get that negativity rolling, and it's like, wait a minute, I should be proud. I think to myself, I should be proud of this person and be happy for this person that they're doing their thing.
They are in the gym doing
They're
it.
happy doing their thing.
Yep.
Let them have it.
And I'm
Good
sitting
for
on the
them.
couch watching
and it's
you
like,
on
wait a
my
minute.
phone.
So I try to catch myself, even though if there's negative,
it's normal
feelings
to
or
feel
thoughts
that way or to
happen.
have some
So
sort
it's
of
like-
envy.
but I catch myself, and it's like, man, I used to hate on it. Now, you know what? Double tap. Go do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, because that's only going to make think about it. Like that only is contagious to make at least your mindset better after you gave it some love, or not that it has to always be through social media, but thinking positive about somebody. It's like, all right, and you don't have to love them, but thinking oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power to them. They're out there getting it, whatever they're doing. So after that interaction of seeing that, you leave that interaction at least either neutral or feeling that much better about yourself
Motivated.
instead of just,
Something.
I don't know what I get out of it.
And then the negative,
but I feel better. I guess I feel like
but at least doesn't put you down to where it's like, oh, well, fuck everything else. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Fuck
I
all
like
that.
to follow people that are who I think are better than me
Well, me
because
too.
if anything, it motivates me to be
Yeah.
better. Like
I've
if I
noticed
see somebody that has a body that I want, I'm getting my ass working out right now. It just motivates me to move my body. But it could also it could have the opposite reaction. People could start going down a hole. But that's where the mentality part of it comes in. It's harder to hate than it is to just appreciate
Takes more effort
somebody.
to
You
hate,
know?
for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
And
good for them.
what could you pull from it to implement into your life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From whoever's life that you're watching or seeing and admiring, you're like, oh man, I really like that they're doing this, or that's cool that they've made this life for them, or they've done this for that, or they built their physique or built their financial whatever. It's like, all right, well, what can I pull out of their habits or actions, or what am I seeing them do that I can maybe start implementing to at least get my the momentum of my flywheel moving in the right direction, at least, with whether my day or whether my thoughts, the way I think, or the way I decide to do something,
I don't think a lot of people have that mentality.
I didn't for a long time. I'd say past maybe a year, maybe a smidge longer. It started, it wasn't a flip of a switch either. It's just hearing people talk a certain way on a podcast and about thinking thoughts a certain way, and all right, well, you can still be competitive per se, and not hate, but be like, oh fuck, man, good for them, but all right, well, what can I take from them to implement into my life?
Yeah.
In some way, in my own way too. I'm not trying to be like them, but what could I implement and start doing? Whether it's, their habits of fitness or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It could be anything.
That's why they literally have influencers on social media to influence people to do things or buy things.
But a lot of people just live through their lives.
It's so
and they don't
different.
take the action.
Yeah, it's so different now.
They're like, oh fuck, either getting a dopamine rush or something when they see it, and then
I feel that would be so great to have.
That
but then
would
they
be.
just scroll on to the next picture or the next story, and they're like, okay.
I thought about deleting all that shit
I know.
because I get caught up, and somehow or another, I've gotten into I scrolled across bad job site videos and shit,
and it feeds it too.
And the algorithm now it's now I see third world country shit, people doing dumb shit on job sites or fucking with electricity or getting crushed by shit falling on a job site, and it's and I feel not saying it's numbing me, but it's it makes me think more about what I do, but at the same time I hate seeing it because I don't like seeing people getting fucked up, but and then I get sucked into this hole.
Yeah. I always
I just keep scrolling,
you're getting in a rabbit hole.
You gotta see what happens next.
Yeah.
Fucking 45 minutes later, I was like, oh shit, I gotta get up and get ready for work, because I'll be up in the morning drinking my coffee, scrolling or something. And so I went through a good phase a while back where I didn't turn the TV on, didn't open up my phone, just sat down, played the guitar, drank my coffee, got in a better headspace, started my day off better, no news, no bullshit.
That does help.
Yeah, the news.
But
is so
man,
negative.
I'm this close to deleting all the Instagram, and I don't get on Facebook much, but Instagram for sure, because that's oh man, I get sucked into some crazy shit. People
Yeah.
get fucked up by animals.
That's almost like a vice, you know, if you needed to, getting rid of it for X amount of time to where you could get back in or build a habit of something different, and then you could introduce it back in after you built that like routine and habit.
Well,
of,
Carol,
like, whatever.
she was on the podcast last week. She's multiple times. She's like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you my social media passwords. Change the password so I can't get on. That way, even if you're like, well, I'm gonna get off of it
I'm
now.
going to the closet real quick.
Yeah.
Hop on real quick. Just check it.
Well, I'm gonna be in the bathroom for a little bit, so I'll just turn it on now
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna be doing anything else. But like, so she will give me. I'll change everything, so she has no idea. That way, she's not even tempted.
Yeah.
Like. And it works.
I think it does. I mean, I've never done it, but I could see how it would, just like as it does for other people or drug addicts or food people. If you don't have it in the house, you won't eat it, type shit. Or you could still drive out there, just like you
But
could
the
still
amount of effort
download the app again.
Yeah, the
But
amount of effort it would take you to run to McDonald's rather than just be like, I could just eat what's in the house.
And hopefully, when you're downloading the app again, you're like, oh, there's a reason why I didn't. Like, it gives you time to like think, like.
For me, it's great.
Just open it up. I already downloaded it.
Yeah.
Let's open it.
Well, I mean, like Gym Flow's really like that's their main thing is Instagram.
Yeah.
My Pretty and Pencils on Instagram. Like, there's a lot of things.
Sucks.
There's a lot of
It's a
benefits
double-edged
from
sword.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's a lot of negatives.
That's the way, like, and that's crazy. It's all attention. It is
Yeah.
like those companies are built off of attention.
Yeah.
That's how they make billions of dollars.
Billions.
Is attention.
Yeah.
They're specialized in getting your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's how they make their money is through ads. So it's
Right.
like, how can we get more attention?
more.
And they're the best in the world at doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They got you. They
Yeah.
got
They
me too.
jumped
I'm
on it.
sure.
Technology
I would be
started
scared to
and
look
bang.
at my phone time. Like
I know.
my phone does track. I've never looked at it.
Yeah, his automatically tells him.
Yeah,
I-
I get like
Don't
But
tell
my
me.
settings are off.
my shit tells me like every week. It's like, oh, you used your phone 33 minutes less than last week. It's like, oh, well, hell yeah.
I mean, imagine what you could do in 33 minutes. I mean, I don't know whether it is guitar or just sit there
Take a
and
good
think.
nap.
Yeah.
Or take a nap.
But that's the thing was people are like, well, I don't have enough time in my day, and it's like
No, people don't make time. That's all.
that's not probably
Yeah.
true because how much time do you spend on Instagram a day? You know,
Yeah.
like your phone will tell you
For
right
sure.
now.
I would get on my phone right now, but it's recording this. But yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm gonna check.
If
this.
we did that,
You know what? When this is over, we
after,
should check our phone.
we should. It was a decent day for me on social media. I feel like
It'll,
Like,
tell,
not
it'll,
decent,
tell,
like-
busier
it'll
I
tell
am.
you. It'll tell you the average for every day. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
I mean, it's
There's a couple days where I probably tapped it.
it's funny too. Like I will literally like have Instagram open and I'll close all my tabs out and open up Instagram again. Right after I closed all my tabs out. Like
maybe some new
it's
popped
a
up.
lot of it, a lot of it is just like
I
muscle
think
memory.
my Spotify is probably up there more than my Instagram. I listen to a shit ton of podcasts and like not even directly. I just like to hear it going. So like
Yeah.
if I'm at work, if I don't have clients, like if I'm doing something on the computer, like emails,
Yeah.
I'll start up a Joe Rogan podcast and just have it playing. I might get a couple bites out of it, like rub it. Oh shit, what are they talking about? All right,
Yeah.
but
Like something catch your ear.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I do listen. So my Spotify, I think that even in the morning, like when I'm getting ready, podcast is on.
Yeah.
Podcast, driving to work, podcast is on. I barely ever listen to music unless I'm training. Like it's podcasts.
What?
I'm fucking hooked.
Yeah, you are addicted.
But like I don't listen to. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, especially with Joe Rogan,
if you're
a lot of it is to where you can like jump in and out because the
Right.
topics are like this to where they might jump from 3 different conversations in a podcast episode to where it's like, oh, you don't have to listen to the whole thing to have context.
Right.
And some of them are shorter. It's like I listen to a lot of Andy Frisella, so like some of his might be 20 minutes long. Some of them might be an hour and 40 long. You know, so
Yeah.
it's like hit or miss.
Yeah.
But the Joe Rogan ones, that's one I can just put on and I might learn a little nugget here or a little nugget there. Like right now I'm listening to Robert F. Kennedy about vaccines and shit. Like
Oh yeah.
that's
The
a
Joe
big
Rogan
one.
one.
So like, and they started talking about fucking something bullshit. Like I don't even know what the fuck they were talking about at the beginning. But I caught in on the vaccine part, and that's what
Right.
I'm actually like, oh shit, you got my ear now.
Right.
So it's like that's how it works for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't listen until I hear a word or trigger, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm a music person for sure. Like I hate when the house is quiet. Like if I'm up doing something.
Oh my god! Like he'll
Yeah.
be cooking and he's like, "Can you put something on the TV?"
That's why I
and
have
I'm
a
like,
podcast.
Yeah, like I've got the Bluetooth speaker. If I'm outside, I've got a speaker on or headphones in. If I'm doing anything,
Autistic.
I'm like completely fine. In
I think
silence.
that is.
I've got the speakers and the record player downstairs. I crank that bitch up if I'm chilling in the house. Yeah,
Slight autistic.
He might be on. This
music is great.
I do love it. Like, it's so funny too, because like when he'll say something, I'm like, you know, it would be nice to have some music on, but I could literally, and people think I'm so weird, but I could sit in my car without music playing. I could sit in my car, especially if I had a long day at work. Like, I wouldn't even turn my music on. I would just like start driving, and all of a sudden I'd be home, and I didn't even have anything playing. But like,
I've done that too.
There's days
Like, I could
there's
be
a
in
couple
the
days last week I
backyard.
drove home dead silence, and it's a 35-minute ride home.
I could
45
be
minute
in the
ride home.
backyard with no music on. It'd be completely fine.
No.
Like, I don't need to have noise, but
I love it.
It helps for me too.
I got a lot of thoughts going on up here, so I feel like I
have that
occupy
too.
myself pretty easily.
Speaking of the backyard, we were I bought one of these golf swing net,
Oh
like
my
a golf
God.
net, a big 10-foot by 7-foot golf net, so I can take full swings in the backyard because I can
With
we
a
can
real
chip-
golf ball?
Yeah, golf balls, like real golf balls. Because I bought. And in the backyard, we don't have a big yard. I don't know how big the lot is, an acre,
like-
maybe
No,
less
it's
than an
like
acre.
it's like little over 3/4 of an acre. I mean, yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I can pitch around the backyard, but that gets boring. So, and I've got little styrofoam balls I can full swing, but I can't hit, but a sandwich or just short clubs in the backyard full swing. So it gets boring, and I can't play
He
as
wants
much
to light 'em
golf
up.
as I want to. So I bought this fucking big net so I can take full swings.
tall
on
is
regular- It's 7 foot tall,
Ooh,
10 foot
You got to
wide.
be close to it.
You don't have to be so close.
I feel
Most
like
times, well, I mean,
easily.
you can't hit if you're hitting as long as you're hitting like your longer irons. I mean, I could still go up there and hit. I can hit over the net if I tried to, but if I want to hit the long shots, so I hit my driver, my long irons, just to get swings in. And I'm out there, like I put it together the other weekend, and I'm smashing balls into it. Just I put it in front of the shed just in case it wasn't gonna take the shot. I mean, not that I hit the ball that hard, but I was nervous. There's a fucking Amazon net. But anyways,
Right. Who knows? Poke a hole right through it.
so she comes out there and she's trying to hit her sandwich into it, and I'm like, yo, that sandwich it's gonna get too much loft, la da da da. And of
gonna
course,
go over
like
that.
she tries to hit it a couple times, and it's like this far from the top of the net. So I'm like, all right, why don't you go back inside, like I said, and get something longer. So she goes inside, get the driver, comes out, sets it up, first swing, gets up under it, and he goes pew, straight up over the fucking net.
And it's
And we're
quiet.
like-
We're all
it's
looking
quiet.
up.
We're
Carol, it was the day after the podcast.
It goes
Oh, shit.
straight through the fucking woods, and it doesn't hit a single tree, and then you hear pow from a fucking hitting the roof next
fuck.
door. It's like,
My heart
son of a
sank.
bitch.
I was like, fuck. I didn't hear glass. Like nothing shattered. But I was like, it could be a car. It could be their shed.
been
It could be their
anything,
roof.
yeah.
It could be somebody. It could be,
First
like
swing.
whatever. And then I was just like mortified. And he was like, we were all like, okay, well, that was
Take my clubs back
short-lived.
inside.
So,
Butthole puckers.
and then like the day or a couple days after, Reese and I were on a walk, and we always walk by their house, and there's a boat underneath this thing, and like a little bit of it's sticking out. I'm like, please God, please say I did not hit that fucking boat.
Hole in the boat.
But I mean, everything seemed
Yeah,
to be in order. I
that
didn't
was-
see any golf balls lying around. I didn't see any dents in their carport or
That's
anything.
fine, I'm
but
sure. But still, like, it was just.
I was mortified. I was like, of course, like, man. If anything, I top
So-
balls and they go down to the ground.
Yeah, normally she hits it straight in the
so
ground.
I was like, out of all,
Yeah.
all the
I'd be ripping your
things,
grass up.
Man,
I'm
it
getting,
really
I'm getting a
sucked.
mat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so. From
Yes,
my
we
buddy
don't
Andy.
take up dirt and grass.
I'm
You
actually
got that fucking
trading that
I
shirt
thought
for
you
it.
had some chunks of turf or something like
I
that.
do it in the shed,
we
but like
do.
they're not heavy enough. I need like a heavier mat, like because once you hit that, it's
Might
gonna
move.
ruffle, like
Gotcha.
fold up.
Yeah.
He was just mortifying, and how I'm like, okay, well, I guess I can hit foam balls into it, or
Nah, you can hit other shots. Just
Why don't you just get closer to it?
I know. That's why I was like, well, I guess I could have gotten closer. And it's funny too, because like as soon as I set up my shot, like in my mind, my feet, it was like on a slope. So like my feet were below the ball. Don't even say anything. He's so
wasn't
annoying.
that dramatic.
It was. I literally almost said something to him about it. And I was like, I'm not going to say it. He's going to tell me I'm going to complaining, just hit the ball. And then as soon as I did, look what happened.
Damn.
But yeah,
Look what
but,
happened.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit we have normally out there playing badminton, golf.
Yeah. For that, like
something,
I
whatever.
don't need
And
music.
I got music on, bumping.
Bumping.
Oh my God. He
Yeah,
just
he was
tickled
just-
my butt.
He was just over here. Eating
He
my
wild.
hand.
But yeah.
Damn.
Our backyard is fun though. We got the chipping
That is
thing. We got
pretty
the
good setup y'all
badminton.
have.
We got the bigger net.
Yeah, the badminton.
We were looking at cornhole boards today. He was like, I want real ones because the ones at Marshall's were probably fake
Yeah, they're
plastic
like
or
particle
something.
boards. Some
Yeah,
shit.
the
Yeah.
cheesy ones that like the
It's like $40.
bag hits it and it bounces.
A little bit of
and
water
that
hits
thing,
it,
yeah.
fucking falls apart.
Ugh,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that probably make them on Etsy, but I don't know. You probably find somebody local that makes them.
If some, I would take a regular plywood and I would just paint it myself.
Yeah.
You know, with my art degree.
I like cornhole.
Yeah, we're trying to make it, you know, as entertaining as we can out
Park.
there. Yeah,
Park here.
Seriously.
Yeah.
it makes good for good competition
Damn.
because we're really competitive people.
Yeah, I can be when it gets going. I got to get warmed up for the competition.
Yeah,
Sometimes
we got to
I
do
don't-
round 2 badminton. I think needs to happen
well, no,
too.
definitely. I need a redemption because I didn't win one fucking game.
Yeah,
But,
well, maybe we can add one more person and make it teams.
I mean,
We should.
y'all got beat by me. It was 2 versus 1, and I still beat
First
y'all,
of all,
so
we beat you 1st to 11,
That's not true.
and then we let you go longer so you could play
no,
and have
no,
a
I
chance.
asked if y'all wanted to stop at 11. You say, no, keep it rolling. So
because
it's
we had
fine.
already gotten there, so we
Yeah.
won.
Then you got whooped.
All right.
Whatever.
Well,
Anyways.
we'll settle it next
Yeah.
time.
People place your bets.
Let's fucking pull some cards.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to do that.
I'll do it right now.
Okay.
I'm just pull one off the top. Off the top.
Okay.
All right. This is Answer the Internet.
Are we gonna give? You gonna give us some?
I can. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's okay.
Barstool sports cards. Questions as fucked up as you are,
Yeah.
and they're fucked up. They can be. Hopefully they are. I'll go first since I pulled.
Do it.
If you could get shit faced with any U.S. president, who would it be?
I know my answer.
I'm pretty sure we're all going to say the same one.
Yeah, Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
Yeah,
Trump.
it'd be Trump
My
for
dude.
sure.
Trump.
He's
Well,
saying
my
some
dude.
crazy shit.
Second,
Dude, I think he'd be fun.
I don't know too much about him because I was younger. But second would be Bush.
Mine would be Bush too.
Do
Because
what?
because he seems like he'd be behind closed doors. he
Wait,
probably
older
chills.
Bush or younger Bush?
Younger Bush.
Yeah, me too.
Younger Bush. Outside of that, I wouldn't know who else would be cool. But
Maybe
fucking-
Lincoln, but
Maybe. But he was probably fucking too. I don't know. That's like weird times.
yeah, weird times.
So definitely Trump first. Then after that, Bush.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to talk to George Washington. He was the first one.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
Like
know.
he was
Like,
seeing a lot of
I
shit.
feel like, yeah, of course, Trump, since he's so recent.
But also, like, he'd be a good
I'm
time.
trying to think who were
It'd
like
be
some of the
fun.
harder, like when I say harder motherfuckers, like those fucking tough as nails motherfuckers, like Eisenhower or some shit, or fucking
I don't know.
some of the ones that were just like fucking badasses. Reagan, I think, was a tough one, right? Like he was a good president.
Yeah.
Fucking badass.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they were cool. I don't know. I just get a good vibe from Trump for sure. But then Bush seems like behind closed doors. he'd
We
be
could
like,
golf
yeah,
with
let's
Trump
fucking- let's boogie.
because he golfs.
Yeah.
Grab him by the pussy.
So did Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bush golf.
I bet he did.
Yeah. I think they all golf, man. That's all you can
I
do. I
mean,
feel like
we
being
got
president, like
lots
they
of
don't let
money.
you. They don't let you do anything else besides.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got it,
Well, if you're Obama, you play basketball. He put a basketball court in the White House.
He golfed a lot too.
I'm sure he did. All old men golf.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm sure Austin's ass is going to be out there once he turns 40.
I don't know. No, nothing's clicked for me with golf. Like watching it.
well,
I feel
when's
like
the
you're
last
not
time
gonna
you
wanna
went out there
watch
and
it unless
actually
you
took
play
shots? Like,
I feel like it's a lot involved.
it's not.
We just need to take him to Top Golf. He doesn't have to bring his own clubs. They
Well,
supply
the
everything.
driving range is fun for sure. That's
Yeah.
fun.
You just come out with like the right
Putt-putt's
group.
somewhat fun.
It's not going to be fun if you can't make contact with the ball. So, like, you have to be able to do that at least a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't make great contact, but I can make contact with the ball. So, it makes it a little bit more. And then you're not going to want to watch golf if you don't play golf.
Yeah, if you don't make, a lot of people that. Yeah, I didn't start watching golf until I actually started playing.
Same.
Now we watch golf.
It's past Austin's bedtime.
No. I mean,
We had golf. I had golf on this morning. I didn't work today, so I had golf on. Me and Reese were up watching golf at 7 a.m.
damn.
Yeah.
The DP World Tour.
Flip it. Can't read.
Which actresses would make the best porn stars?
You always get them about, like, celebrities or...
And I just don't
Actresses.
know celebrities or actresses for sure. So it's
I
pretty
know
much
one.
like
It's probably the one that you said last week.
Oh yeah,
who was that?
I said Megan Fox last week.
Yeah.
Megan Fox. Yeah, she's all right.
Like her, or Eva Mendes, or
didn't J-Lo play a stripper in one of her newer
who's
movies?
Ashton Kutcher's wife?
Mila Kunis.
Kunis, yeah.
Yeah.
Kunis is pretty hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eva Mendes. She was in The Other Guys. She was married.
Oh,
married
yeah,
to
she'd be
Will
good.
Ferrell.
She looks like what's her name? The chick that overdosed, the singer. Right, a little
Amy,
bit. Amy
Winehouse.
Like they look like they could be related.
Really?
She's
No?
like,
They have like
Dark.
both
She's
the,
more
the
brown.
mold, like the whatever beauty
yeah,
mark or
beauty
whatever.
mark.
I don't know, but I get a vibe
God.
like that.
Eva Mendes
Yeah,
is so
Eva Mendes
pretty,
is hot.
and she's really. She'd be a great. She's a great actress. She'd be
Yeah,
great.
she'd be.
There's like, unless you name more, I can't name any other like
Yeah.
female actresses. I know
Um,
faces, I just don't know the names. Probably.
I feel like ones that could like really dive in and act like a stripper. Isla Fisher from Wedding Crashers. I'll
yeah, the
find
red- the
you.
redhead.
Like
Oh,
I
the
feel like
redhead.
she would definitely be good.
Yeah.
You know, like people that are really going to dive into the role. I feel like. Oh, Jennifer Aniston was in We're the Millers.
Jennifer Aniston, she's hot for what she is, but is she
I don't
like
think I
my
could take her
top pick?
seriously. No.
Is she my top pick? No.
No.
What about the chick from
Not top
What's that?
five,
What's
for
that?
sure.
The
Not a porn star, but they're strippers.
no, the girl from the Avengers,
Scarlett Johansson?
ScarJo.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you said that, another one that kind of has the features like the small little nose is Jessica Biel.
Oh, yeah. And she's got a great body.
From I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Jessica. Yeah.
Well, you haven't answered any guys. You only
Oh,
want
it's
to
a
see,
guy?
You only want to see chick.
Yeah. They're beautiful.
Porn stars.
Mine's the same thing I said last time. Chris Hemsworth.
She's got it
We just
nailed
watched.
down.
We just watched
Yeah, I
Extraction
got my list.
2.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
He's so beautiful.
Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
I bet
dropped
Chris
that
Pratt
fucking
would be
man.
great.
I can't take him seriously either.
He is also in Avengers.
Fuck.
Guardians of the
guy.
Galaxy.
Yes. Did y'all please, God, please, if y'all didn't do it already, do it tonight. Did y'all watch movie 43 yet?
No, because
Forgot-
you have to
forgot all
pay
about
for it.
Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I thought you
Positive.
said Amazon Prime.
It is on Amazon Prime, and it's free. It's free though, because
I think it was late and you didn't feel like watching it because
it's the
I was gonna
funniest
pass out.
fucking. You won't think it at first.
No, I'm
started
pretty
to watch-
sure
No,
you
we
had to
started to
pay
watch it.
for it.
Mike-
Because I searched. I'll look on Netflix tonight, though.
Well, Netflix or Amazon. I think it's Prime, and I pay Prime, whatever.
Yeah,
that
we
is.
have Prime, too.
What I mean, less. Fucking
Anyways, is he
Bezos.
in that movie?
Yes.
Wow.
That movie, like I keep saying it and reminding you now, and I do watch a good bit of movies here or there. I don't watch them all the way through most of the time.
Right.
But fucking that movie was one of the last movies that made my guts hurt. I laughed so fucking hard.
I love a movie like
I
that.
Hurt. Like I couldn't stop. Like I was like, man,
Your
what,
upper
stop
abs.
laughing.
I
Like, I was
know.
like, stop being so fucking funny.
I know.
This shit is too funny.
And there's
wh-
so many famous people in it. Like, we
Yes.
watched the trailer, and I
it
was like, holy
Hugh Jackman.
shit.
Fucking,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds might be in it. Fucking.
I mean,
what's his name? Chris
anybody.
Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple chicks that are big time.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
all right. Before I leave, we got to at least start it together. Y'all can sit down and watch it a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna laugh my ass
see.
off.
Anyways,
Maybe we can smoke. Probably not.
at the bowl.
Yeah.
would you rather always feel like you have to shit or never know when you're about to shit?
Oh fuck. Sometimes I live that lifestyle now.
Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes that's every day.
Sometimes that's my life.
It's called IBS.
Yo, speaking not of IBS, I don't have that, but like I was talking to who was I talking to? Adam. I'm sorry about not change the subject. Still the same subject.
Right.
But he was talking about pre-workout. Oh, he bought a cherry freeze from somewhere. He found one
Oh
again.
shit!
Adam from Pinnacle. And he hit me up. He was like, yo, I don't know what is in the pre-workout, but he was like, this particular one has me straight
Shitting.
blowing, like cleaning guts out.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, sometimes they do. But like, it's hit or miss. Like, and I don't think the ingredients, we use a legit manufacturer, so I don't think the ingredients are changing. It's just like,
Dude,
somehow,
love doctor.
yeah.
He says y'all should call it all or nothing X-Lax because he's like, every day I take it. I take it before I get to the gym. By the time I get to the gym to change, I am blowing that motherfucker up.
I remember when you guys
he
were working out Iron Built, and you were like, usually it's like as soon as I get there, it hits me, and he was like, everybody shits at the gym. Like all the guys like are always pooping at the gym.
Girls don't use that.
Girls do too.
Girls
Girls ain't gonna talk about
Girls
it.
don't poop.
Girls don't poop.
Girls poop. I can't. I've had a handful say that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know if it's all the caffeine or whatever it is.
I think the combination of stimulants on
Yeah,
top of
and
caffeine.
it hits.
I mean, the same thing as like coffee.
Yeah.
Like when people drink coffee, they're like, I have to shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Coffee does not fuck with me.
Well, that's because you use it so
It
much.
can. I usually have to have a later coffee.
Pre-workout
for it
doesn't
to
fuck with
happen.
my stomach either.
The morning coffee doesn't do that for me, unless like I just had some crazy night the night before,
Oh, yeah.
like a bunch of random shit.
Yeah. Yeah, alcohol for sure too.
But if I have like the later, like midday coffee, that one kicks
Really?
sometimes. Yeah,
I don't have a later.
but I don't
midday
have it
coffee.
often. But like if I do, that one usually gets the move.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to always feel like I have to shit, but I also
But imagine you can't leave the house if you're about to.
Yeah, if you feel like you have to
randomly
shit, or if you're gonna randomly.
if you just always feel that way, I feel like
Yeah, you would be comfortable.
you would, but I feel like you would just get used to it too. But if
For
you
the
just
sweat,
never
yeah.
know, I mean, I guess that's how it is now. Like you never
Yeah,
know
but,
when
like,
you're gonna have
the
to
way
poop.
it sounds like is like it's
It's just
all
gonna come out of
it
you.
needs to come.
Yeah.
Something needs to
my
happen.
Like, you
poop
can't
is
go-
coming.
You can't go for a walk in your neighborhood and be a mile away from your house. Like
Better find a bush.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I'm going with. Now that I think about it, I'm going with just not knowing when I'm.
I think I'm gonna go that way too.
because I couldn't imagine having like whether I don't think they mean bubble guts, but like I'm assuming it's just bad time.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to take a spare pair of britches around everywhere I go.
That and toilet paper.
Always know there's a possibility of it.
Long story. Well, I don't need to mention it.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
got
No,
it
go ahead,
now.
dog.
All or
Back-
nothing.
I mean, it's happened, and I'm sure people are gonna act too good and act like they've never had to do it, or maybe I'm just fucking a weirdo. This is before my accident too, so I had like normal guts back then. Now I have like less gut, so things happen quicker. But I was working for the Census Bureau, and I was way out in the middle of fucking nowhere, like in Caroline County. And it hit.
Oh god.
It hit.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like in the middle of like farmland, like farm country. Like no houses, no stoplights. I hadn't passed anything for a minute. So I was like, fuck, here's a long dirt road. We're going for it. Went out there. This guy
I'm sorry
went out
about
there. Things happened. And
In the
had to-
woods.
yeah,
Like, side of the road?
Side of the road.
Exposed to people.
Nobody was
was
out
farmland.
there. It was me. I was fertilizing the farm.
The ditch.
Was it even trees or was it just like
No,
field?
open.
Oh my god.
Side of that Camaro held me up.
Side of the Camaro. Yeah, that Z28 Camaro. Was built-
Damn. And
built
I
for it
imagine
all.
that's the feeling that we're talking about. It made it happen. So
Did you have toilet paper?
that's where that's the cliffhanger.
He went home with one sock on.
That's the cliffhanger.
You take your boxers off? Like, what did you do?
I used an article of clothing for sure. I don't remember what, but no, there was no toilet paper.
I'm
on
sure
my-
you had
on
some
my
old
possession.
clothing in that fucking.
Probably.
Because I always have napkins in your glove compartment.
Yeah. Don't think you're all too good. Y'all know y'all.
It
Ain't never done it. Ain't
happens
never
to the
gonna
best
do
of
it.
us.
Yeah.
Ain't never gonna do it. Well, I think about remember this past winter, but the winter before, it was that huge backup on 95 near Fredericksburg
like-
with like people were in
don't
traffic
know
for
how
like
many
24
hours.
hours
Yeah.
or something. I'm like,
Definitely.
wait, you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. All right, hitting the woods.
I'm hanging it over that guardrail.
And it's freezing outside. There's like
Oh, yeah, I remember
so
it was,
much
like,
snow.
ice, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, what if you ran out of gas?
Yeah, a lot of yellow snow out there.
But what if you truly like ran out of gas? Also, you don't have any food in your car, no water, no nothing. Like, it makes me want to, in bad weather, pack a cooler.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh, you probably should at least have like a snack or
I
something.
mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to
Shit.
die for 24 hours without food and water, but
I
it would
could
be
die.
especially if you got the baby. God damn.
Oh my
yeah.
god, I know. I'm thinking about that too. Like, and there's
Yeah.
no emergency vehicles couldn't get down there, so it's like, what?
You have to start eating motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
Hey Reese.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She'll
No,
be
you
all right
just-
with a couple toes.
I'd take a bite out of him before I ate my
She
baby.
don't need all her toes and fingers. Imagine. I remember. I think you can
Just
just
a little
snap one
carrot.
off real
Yeah.
easy,
You can do that to a human finger, like
and it
bite
probably
it
wouldn't
like
bleed
a
that
carrot,
much.
I know,
but
right?
your brain won't let you.
Ain't much there. It's just like barely any bone in those fingers and toes.
Oh man.
Just a little skin.
I'll wait 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And she could probably lose some cheeks too. Some little slice of ham off them cheeks.
Why are you talking about my baby?
Fucked up.
But
She's perfect.
I'd say take. No, I don't know.
Take a little bit of your butt cheek.
There's that movie. No, what movie was that? Where they were on a train.
I don't know. I don't watch fucked up movies
There was
like
a movie.
that.
It's like a movie where they're like, there's got the lower class people in the back of the train, and like there's like they would like take random people and like lop an arm off, and then they would eat it. They became cannibals.
I don't
Back on the
watch
train.
movies like that.
No, I never heard of it.
Like the first class people were living up in the front of the train. It was like this
Right.
fucking train that was, I guess, I can't remember what happened. The world came to, or world got
Apocalypse
fucked up,
or something.
and they were on this train that kept moving. And the rich people lived up front, the poor people lived in the back with no food, no heat, no nothing. And yeah, they
So
started.
they
like,
had to
eating
eat each other, but
motherfuckers.
the rich people got food.
They were living life. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something. There's a movie, not that movie, but there's a movie like that I've seen. I forgot what it's called, but it's a dubbed movie, so it's from like another country.
Oh yeah,
But
it's
it
hard
had-
to watch those.
Yeah, I don't really dig them that much. Do y'all do captions or dubbed? I'll do
I
dubbed.
prefer to. Well, anytime we see dubbed, we're like, this isn't in our
You bail
in
anyways.
English.
I can't-
We
yeah.
bail, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if I had to, I'd probably prefer subtitles.
Yeah.
Because we have subtitles on anyways when we watch
when the
TV.
mouths don't match. I
It
can't-
is-
Yeah,
I
it
can't
throws me
do
off,
it,
and then
yeah.
I can't concentrate on it. But we have subtitles always on our TV.
Even with regular shit.
Yep.
regular shit.
It's y'all old. I can't hear. Huh?
He started me on
I started
it. I never,
years ago, and I can't stop.
I've
It
never
shit
done that
works,
in my
though,
life
'cause,
until
like,
I met him.
I try and add captions or subtitles to the IG reels.
yeah.
And that shit, not that we're getting fucking hella views or anything, but it does help catch somebody when
It
they're,
does.
they're able to read it.
Because I can, if I like am in a place where I can't listen to something out loud, it's nice to be able to read it.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested in it. But if I can't read it and I can't listen to it because of where I am, I'll just skip through it.
Fuck.
That
That shit takes time.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we always have it on. But I never did that until we started dating, and then I instantly know it. Like I notice instantly if there's not subtitles on a
Yeah.
TV, and I'm like, I can't watch this, and it's so weird. Like I was never like that before. But I remember Carol came over one time and she was like, "Why are you guys watching TV with subtitles?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then I'm pretty sure she was like, "I went home and we were watching it with subtitles." It's so weird.
I don't know if I want to open that box, you know. like-
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna say if you don't need it,
Try to
don't
watch
do it,
Peaky
but-
Blinders without it.
I was gonna say a show that has like a strong accent, it helps so much. Like I watched Peaky Blinders probably the whole series 3 times before we started watching it with subtitles, and I was like, that's what they were saying the whole time.
shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen Peaky Blinders.
Oh my God, such a good series.
Thick ass
I'm
accents.
not a huge series person.
Huh.
Like I don't.
We don't.
I've
we
been
don't
craving a
relate to
new
you.
series. I don't know.
I mean, I do, but
If
I
y'all have
don't.
any ideas?
We love a good series.
I loved. They got kind of gay towards the end, but I loved American Horror Story. If you've
Never
watched
watched
I only
that.
watched like a couple of seasons.
The first couple were good, but then they went like a little woke and kind of gay
Yeah.
at some
Fuck
point. So
that.
it's like,
Mhm.
fuck that.
Yeah, they
Like the
pushed-
last one, it was like straight. Like if you weren't gay, you couldn't
watch
you
it.
couldn't comprehend.
Yeah,
For real, it's like it was just that was the demographic they were reaching for.
Right,
And plus It was
right.
like, oh fuck, man.
I know.
Not that I have anything wrong with gay, but like,
No,
why,
no.
why is it all gay?
Right, but
I
like
feel
when
like
when
they're-
they push it to the
Yeah.
point where you notice, like
Quit shoving it down my throat.
yeah,
Exactly.
we
Fuck
appreciate
off.
it the way it is. You don't have to push it. Yeah.
Last topic, since it's hot right now, submarine.
Oh my god, I was
Y'all
going to
jumping
talk
in?
to you about that.
Y'all going in? You free ride where you get, knowing what it was. They're like, hey, you want to go down and check out the Titanic? You going in?
No,
That sounds cool.
no. I have a huge if I can't even watch war movies that involve submarines because it makes me so uncomfortable. I feel like I can't breathe.
I get the anxiety of like
the same
being
thing in
underwater
space. I
in
can't watch.
tight-
I can't watch space movies because
I
I
can do
just
space.
feel like, okay, the second that something goes wrong, which something's going to go wrong in a space movie, all of a sudden they can't breathe and I can't watch things. Like I watched Gravity and I was that's just such a slow movie because it's
Very
two
slow.
people in the entire movie and like it's just space. And it's hard for me when there's like only one scenery.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But like anything where I feel like oxygen is an issue,
Yep.
anything down in the
Claustrophobic.
ocean, anything in space. Can't do it.
So, also, and I asked Sarah this, but she doesn't really know much more than me. With that submarine, that particular one that just went down, I don't believe there was any looking hole or window.
I thought there
You
was.
went down and you were looking at the Titanic through a screen
Computer screen. Yeah.
that you could do
I thought there was
on
a-
land.
I thought I saw a video, like they were talking to the guy, and they kind of climbed in there doing an interview, and I thought like one of the ends had a little tiny window.
Maybe it did.
I could be wrong.
And then I see other angles, and I was like, man, it just looked like a tin can
Yeah. That's the only
with
image
no
I've
windows
seen.
with a big monitor at the front. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, you're going down there.
Just to see what I
Still
can see.
looking. Yeah, I can look on YouTube.
I thought I don't know. Like if there's no windows, there's no point to fucking go.
Fuck no.
But
I'm not going down in a little
I
tiny
don't-
thing with strangers
And
paying that much
that too,
money.
even if there was a window, you saw how packed it was with those 4 or 5 dudes in there. Y'all are nut to butt, knocking knees up in there.
Right. To see something that's corroded, covered in shit, like that
Yeah.
you can't even really see. It's murky old water. Like, no,
Maybe it's the adrenaline thing. Maybe for some of them.
it's an adrenaline. Yeah.
Like,
Or to
fuck,
say
we're
that they
going.
did it.
Yeah, that too. But
Like, I'm
that's
sure people are
definitely-
craving to go to space, but like, I don't want to.
I'd go to space before I went that far below water, for real.
I don't know.
I'd
how
do
to
a
do
ride
it.
yeah,
in space.
I think I'd go to space before too.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
just-
It
just
literally makes
because
me nauseous thinking
I
about it.
wouldn't like-
I cannot think
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
I'm still probably gonna have a mini heart attack.
I'm gonna need something to keep my anxiety.
I watched a
6
person
check.
skydive today through my phone and I was sweating watching it. Like,
There's a difference, I think, for me, of somebody like being on one of those tall power poles.
oh my God, I don't like that either.
Where they're like changing the light bulb at the
Oh
top.
yeah,
That fucking gets me. I can look through the phone screen and I can get vertigo just
Yeah.
looking
Oh,
at the phone screen. But something about somebody jumping out or like not free falling, but like even in space per se, just that super high, but they're on something. I don't know, I guess instead of just sitting there. I don't know. It's different for me.
It makes me so nauseous.
It still would have me freaking
Have you ever
out.
seen the movie Fall?
Yeah, no, I'll watch that. Yeah, fuck that.
The whole entire movie
were on,
is
like, some
that
sad.
little edge. Yeah,
This thing.
The whole entire thing is a set. Like, there's no good. Even the end is not a
Yeah.
good outcome. Like, and the whole time I'm like waiting for like a break, you know, because I'm so tense. Like,
Yeah.
it makes me uncomfortable. I had to like walk around. Like, I couldn't do it.
Damn.
And he'll just be like, oh fuck. And I'm like, I'm not even watching the TV and I'm like, I can't. Oh my God. And then I see the end and I'm like, this is still, the whole entire movie was
Yeah,
so
she hated it.
sad and so shitty. Like, and I mean, I'm sure to some people, like, it was a great fucking movie, especially adrenaline junkies. They're like, oh my God, so good.
it was tense.
It was the whole entire thing
Especially
was
if you don't like heights.
fucked up. Even like
Yeah.
the storyline, like the parts that weren't of them up on this tower, like were just so fucked up. Like it was sad. The whole
Yeah.
thing.
1, 4, 3.
That was a pretty wild one.
Man,
No, I don't like heights.
no, especially
like
things
heights.
that wobble. Oh
I don't
my
even
God.
like swimming like 10, 12 feet down.
No,
But
hell
first of
no,
all,
dude.
even
I
in
might not come back up.
The beginning of that climb that they were doing, like as soon as something fucking approach rusty anything,
Oh,
like
for sure. That
I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's no secure anything on that thing. Like, I mean, I understand like the whole thing was the adrenaline rush and the girl was like filming everything and she was like, it's going to be so great. And at the end, you're going to fucking love it. And you're going to be so proud of yourself. And I'm like, if I get to the end of this, like,
Yeah.
if there's a chance I can't make it, bah.
I just couldn't go. I think
I like
I would never
ground.
climb that tower, but also I would never go into water where like
The
instead of
pressure.
how deep is the how deep is the
miles down, I
Titanic? 2
think.
miles down. You're gonna hear shit popping and cracking,
Yeah.
and I'm not about that. Like
Because the second that anything goes bad, you're done.
Yeah.
The same thing with space. Like there's no comeback from it. Like
There's no reversing or stop. There's no
Yeah.
surviving it.
right. If that thing breaks, if the glass breaks and like you're dead because of the pressure.
Yeah.
Like you're not going. Plus, there's no way that you can hold your breath enough to get up to the top. Like
I read this one thing that like at I don't know if it was at the depth of the Titanic or around that depth, not even that far down,
Mm-hmm.
a pressurized air tank, like an oxygen tank, if you were to take it that low and shoot a hole into it, air wouldn't blow out, water would rush in. That's how
Yeah.
much pressure
Yeah.
on a pressurized air tank.
Mm-hmm.
That like, that's how much pressure's like the air wouldn't even escape. The
It
water
doesn't.
would
It
just come
can't.
in.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck.
Oh, it makes me
dude.
so sad. But like, ugh.
So hopefully,
That'd be a shitty way
if
to
it
go
did
out.
implode,
Hopefully it was
it
quick.
sucks. But it
I
sounds like
feel
something
like if
that would
you
be
do
quick.
some, if you are the kind of person that's going to go down that far in something that's never done that before
Yeah.
with people you don't know, like that's something that you have to, in the back of your mind, be like, I'm okay to die this way, because I'm not going into that situation being like, I'm 1,000% coming up and living. Like, there's just no way.
Yeah, as soon as they like,
The first person to go to space, I'm sure we're like, I'm definitely coming back.
No.
Like, you're the first person to do it. Like, there's
Yeah.
no guarantee.
no,
It's not like I'm going to be the first person to run a mile. You're definitely going to survive that. You're the
Yeah.
first person to go 2 miles down into the ocean in this tiny little thing. Like, there's no guarantee.
oh for sure. And I'm not sure if it was their first time doing that. I don't that like that particular submarine. I think they had like a business going out of it or some shit.
I don't
But
know.
I don't know.
I,
I
think
don't know
that's-
enough about
I didn't
it.
read
But
into it.
regardless,
But I just know that
that's a high
it
risk.
sounded like some,
But yeah, I think the way
Shady
the whole operation seemed very underwhelmed
yeah.
with the remote control
I
game
saw some-
thing.
yeah, it looked like
So,
an like a just a regular
You
controller.
gotta play it again, or what's
Yeah.
that GameStop
yeah.
Uh-huh.
that used one or some shit.
Well, I know that I was watching some video on this. They were talking about it with their family, like on a story, and the mom was like, "So you're telling me that they were going to go 2 miles down to the ocean with no backup plan?" And I'm like, "That's what." It's just weird. Like, it's just weird to me.
Yeah, and it sounds like that. Like, I mean, who knows? We all don't know the context of like, was there a boat at the top
I don't
waiting
know
for
the
them?
science
Or
of
was
it. I
there,
don't know
like, a
anything.
tracker? Why wasn't there a tracker? Are you able to
Right.
track shit that far down? I'm sure
Right.
The
you
black
are.
box.
Yeah,
I don't know, something.
Maybe, but like, you would think there'd be a pinger down there and a pinger on this thing up here.
Some
So
sort
it
of
could be
line,
like,
some
all right,
line of communication.
Or
Something.
some like a 2 mile long cord that can just suck me back up
yeah.
to the top. If
I mean,
something
that
bad.
that would be like definitely the move, but it's like at least something to track. Like, all right, we lost communication with them, but the ping is still pinging
right.
from here to here. They can ping from here to Mars or wherever the fuck that robot is.
Right.
Exactly.
What the fuck can we do?
Yeah. Why can't
yeah,
we go 2 miles?
Mars
Under the
rover's up
fucking
there,
water.
but yeah, doesn't make any sense. But
That thing is. A
But
little-
maybe it's because they
light
were doing
years
like
away.
a backyard submarine. And that's why.
yeah, I'm a simple folk.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live a long, healthy life. Okay, I'm not taking risks like that.
Well, anyways, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you enjoy this one.
Yeah,
A little different pace.
I know it's just the 3 of us, but sometimes those are the best.
Yeah. If you have any questions or topics for our next one, make sure you drop it in the comments below. We'll read through them and add them to the next show.
Yeah.
And until next time, guys, we're out.
Peace out.
See ya.